and clarity is coming to you, even if you don't like it. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now this is a general reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars is worth a look at the moment. For whatever sign is in the title down below. It's the same introduction for all of them. There's a timestamp down below if you watch more than one, and you should watch more than one. You want to at least watch your Sun and your Rising, if not your Moon stroke Mars stroke Venus. Especially because in ancient astrology, the rising sign was the more important one. If you don't know what your rising and your moon sign is, there is a link down below to get yourself a free birth chart. All you need is the time, exact time, date obviously, and place of birth, which you can load that in and download the PDF. There's also a link down there to the Facebook group where you can see more effective notifications of when I post my videos, because not all the YouTube ones always go out, I gather. I don't get all the notifications of all the channels I'm subscribed to, but I'm subscribed to a lot, so I struggle to keep track sometimes. On that note, though, if you join the Facebook group, please don't let it prevent you from subscribing here. I'm a new YouTube channel, newish, I'm 5 months old now. So, yeah, I need all the subscriptions I can get. Anyway, this is a reading about the new moon in Aries that happened last Tuesday. They're late. We know the chaos that is going on in the world at the moment. These energies last, however, for a month long. And this is quite an essential new moon, with it also being at the start of the astrological new year. There's a lot of intention setting that you can do. And yes, the peak was at the new moon, but this is intention setting that you can create through the whole month. And with Saturn just moving into Aquarius, you can start things now and make progress now on things that will then calm down, or at least have the structure build up around them that you need while Saturn returns into Capricorn. And then as it pushes forward again at the end of the year, whatever you're planning now should really take off. That's the plan. We are in a very special time. We are in a very crazy time. No doubt you'll have plenty of time to watch all the videos of all your placements that you need, since wherever you are in the world, if you're not isolated at home yet, then you soon will be, but you probably already are. So good luck, everybody. Stay home. You know, there's... I know a few people will react going, they're not telling me I can't move around. Do it. Stay home. One, if you're into the YouTube tarot readings, enjoy the time of being able to look within. But more importantly, you could be a carrier and you can end up with spreading the virus in a way that will affect the elderly and the vulnerable. And you don't have to be that old to be vulnerable to it, and you don't necessarily have to be that unhealthy to be vulnerable to it, it appears, either. Anyway, move on. Back to the tarot. So it's going to be a Celtic cross, clarified, with some oracle cards. I'm doing a special thing for the new moon this time. I'm going to pull out my angel cards to see what angel is supporting us, because we all need that at the moment. Oops. And there I go, destroying my set. But I'm also going to pull out one of my demon-possessed tarot to see which goetic spirits can be supporting us at the moment. I will be looking at the god forces that are for and against us. Yeah, I've really said everything about the new moon and the intention settings. So I've also posted on my Facebook page a video from Achita Bava, formerly Richard Ellenbass, who has done a wonderful thing about the new moon. And there's a few other astrologer videos on there. This is a really important new moon. If you're into your astrology or want to know about it, then go and have a look, or just look up on YouTube New Moon in Aries Astrology. This is a big, big time, and I don't have the expertise to explain it half as well as they do. But the question that I am looking at, I've called these readings Riding the New Moon, because riding the new moon energies, but I want to put the bit at the end about what the reading's about. So, yeah, riding the new moon energies through this month into the new year, whether it's Vedic astrology or Western astrology, it is the astrological new year. So, with no further ado, let me bring up the cards. Okay, Libra, and welcome Libra Rising, Libra Moon, etc. if you've just joined us after the timestamp. Now, if you are Libra Rising, this is happening in your 7th house, which is the area of your life about long-term significant partners, whether that's romantic, business or family. And I'm seeing a small element of that in this reading, but I don't think it's a love reading. I think it's more of a personal relationship reading, but what is as in your relationship with yourself and how you relate to the rest of the world. What is very interesting is the oracle cards show the world the real you, immediately followed by balance. And remember, Libra, you are theoretically all about balance and the effort to balance things. And I think you have got a mission on at the moment, because what the God force that is working in your favour is alchemy with unfairness. So there is something that you are trying to balance, even though everything seems weird at the moment, and that it's all open to sheer chance and sheer fortune, the wheel of fortune. Is it going to go well? Is it not going to go well? What is going on? Why is everything so different? Why is everything so weird? And you are committed to some form of transformation, which you know you have to do and you know you need to go through. You have the strength to do it and you have the determination to do it, but you're not entirely sure what it is that you're needing to do at the moment. Now, what is really interesting to me is what is crossing you at the moment is the Four of Cups, which can be a divine guidance. I think there's some flashy new idea that you've grabbed onto, because everything's so confusing and everything's so weird. It's like, right, I'm going to go this way. But there's a lot of rules either pushing you in that direction, or once you head in that direction, all these different rules are kicking in and you're suddenly realizing, this is not giving me the freedom of movement or motion that I am seeking, because other people are requiring you to move. Other people are requiring that you have a new beginning, and that's only fair enough, because it does look like you recently had an ending. From the past that you were leaving, we have the Sun card, the happy, happy, joy, joy card, clarified by death. So there was that's the thing. What Spirit is bringing in here is the Ten of Pentacles. It's bringing in recognition and a firm family foundation, a firm home base, a firm amount of love around you. But whatever your happiness was, it has changed. It has had some form of severe change. I was initially thinking, right, it was like there was a happy situation that came to an end. Nah, I don't think so now. There's a happy situation which has changed dramatically. Let's see if I can... yeah, right. I use these little tiny cards. See if I can get some more information on that, because the nature of that change is quite important. What Spirit is bringing in for you is the ability to move forward, the ability to be recognized, and the ability of working from a very, very sound base. And clarity is coming to you, even if you don't like it. Right. So that Hanged Man element, opposed by the Four of Cups. Yeah, you're not as confused as what you think you are. It's just that you're not liking what you're seeing. And I think that you are in a certain mental conflict. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, your home happiness has gone through a new beginning. It has gone through a change, but I don't think it's lost anything. If anything, it's gained something, but that's led you to be going, right, well, what way now? Where do I go forward now? How am I supposed to move forward now? But you do have that clarity. And I think you're well aware that you have that clarity because you're aware of the transformation that you need to make. But I think you may have latched onto some form of dream or ideal that is maybe not quite the right one, but I suspect that you know it. If this new dream or ideal is either as you've been pushed in this direction because of some form of rule, some form of edict, or some form of stubbornness on your side, then that's not the best idea. You're wanting freedom of movement. You're wanting absolute clarity. And yes, you want to be in a position where sometimes you're going, yeah, is it this one or is it this one? Because that's your job. You are about balance and you are tackling unfairness here. But I would say that the God force that is trying to suppress you is Metis with wisdom. So again, it's like there's that image of almost a divinely guided idea being presented to you and saying, yes, according to the rules, that's where I should be going. I think you're working on established reason rather than taking this time of confusion to let you build your own wisdom. This idea's got to come from you. It's not presented to you by anybody else. It doesn't come attached with 5 dozen rules, and it's not because of rules that you are being pushed to this idea. You've got to maybe sit back and allow chance to play its role. Just bear in mind, in the idea of we consciously or unconsciously create our own universe, that is you or higher aspects of you or subconscious aspects of you or both, creating all these strange events that are happening, all the strange news that is happening around you that is affecting you. That's on a personal level, remember. I'm not necessarily saying on a global level. But I believe I'm not allowed to speak, according to YouTube, about certain global events that are going on at the moment. But allow these chances, these weird events to occur. Sit back, let them happen. Don't try and stop them. They are going to bring you clarity and they're going to show you how you can transform, because you're going to end up with a lot of options of how, once you've transformed, how you do it, where you go then, or how to transform. But it's a dynamic state. I don't think that we've got the transformation of as to how you're feeling and here in the outcome with the judgment card on both. And I feel that there is that transformation is going to be a dynamic process. It's not one that you're going to say, right, that's it, I finished transforming anytime soon at all. It's going to keep coming one after another. And you're worried that all of this confusion is not going to allow you to access your own power, access your own skills, be able to put your will onto the world around you. But what is actually happening is that the world is showing you new ways to exercise your power that you haven't necessarily thought of before because you've been hindered by too many rules. You are going to be being a lot more self-reliant, but that's okay. That's not indicating a loss of support from outside of you. We have, for what Spirit's bringing in, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. We've got that recognition. We've got that drive forward. Certainly with this 3 of Pentacles, I'm getting the sense of industry and research. It's like that you are creating something or giving the opportunity to create something out of your own understandings of the situation. So that's why all your understandings of the situation are being turned upside down, inside out for a while, to give you yet more viewpoints to look at whatever it is that you're going to go forward, to bring you that clarity. There's certain things that you do have clarity about, but if this Five of Wands is an external conflict rather than an internal mental conflict, well, it's definitely an internal mental conflict, but there might be external factors going on this. You need to stick with what feels right and what is logically obvious in and of itself, not logically obvious from the rules that you have been operating by or are being encouraged to operate by. You need to look deeper. Now, a lot of these oracle cards fell out. We've got looking deeper. Deep within me is a majestic radiance. So yes, you are relying on yourself, as is shown here. Nine of Pentacles, that solitary card with a very firm earthy foundation, but with wisdom coming in with that falcon, peacock, on this character's hand, clarified by the King of Cups having a fresh dream and being emotionally resolved to move forward. That is coming. That clarity and that emotional resolution is coming, but you are very much going through a transformation time. And bear in mind that I say the clarity is coming. What has the clarity that occurs on day 1 will be different to the clarity that you have on day 7, will be different to the clarity you have on day 15, and so on and so on. You are not going to lose that clarity, but what you are having the clarity about, you will see it morph and change in front of your eyes almost, you know. So we have emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace, which is with that whole show the world the real you. Give them what you have to create. You need to create it first so that you can then present it to the world. But people are expecting you to start moving. People are expecting you to... I can't think of the right word to say it. They're expecting you to create a song and dance about something. But I don't mean that in a negative way. But I can't think of another way of describing it. And no, I am not saying that you should go into the road and perform the situations in your life in interpretive dance. But it's almost, there's an element of, da-da! You know, there's something that people are expecting you to present to the world, but you've got to loosen up a little bit. That's what I might call the reading. You've got to loosen up a little bit to create this transformation and to be able to do that. That power is coming to you, and you're going to be quite surprised with the amount of options that you have. There's a commitment coming that you are making. You are going to be bringing a whole new world for yourself and possibly others around you, looking at this Chariot card, into manifestation. But it is you doing this, even with the support of family, the support of friends, the support of the society that you're in. But you can't be going by the old rules. All the rules are under review, or all the rules are up for being under review if you allow them to be and stop going by the old wisdom. You've got to get that clarity with new wisdom, which will be announced to you. Archangel Gabriel. I am made whole by the message of love, brotherhood, and freedom. And that's the other thing that I wanted to say, that with this Magician card, the Chariot card, the two Judgment cards, that motion, that transformation, you are aiming for freedom. You are aiming for freedom with the act of showing you the real you. Anyway, emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. That rather backs up what I was saying. But cultivating prosperity, the abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. That's the other aspect of what Spirit is bringing in for you with this Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. I mean, of course, adds up to 13, which for me is a very special number. It is the circle. It is the center of the clock, as well as the numbers on the clock. Jesus and the 12 disciples, anything and their 12 anythings. You know, the 13th point is that center of the circle, and the 12 is around it. So cultivating prosperity. So again, it's looking on and needing to change the way you are looking at the situations in your life. But you've got to allow this wheel of fortune to roll. You've got to allow it to spin and play out, because it's going to keep changing and keep changing. Excuse me. Which is going to create all of this transformation. It's a really powerful reading, because the amount of major arcana and just important cards that you've got here is fascinating. Then finally, communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. Again, showing that, show the world the real you. But somewhere along the line here, you are fighting some form of unfairness. That's what's giving you impetus to move forward. Do it. The battle is worth it. Absolutely do it. Finally, out of the Angelarium, 3 cards popped out. Givura with the left hand, Judgment. Again, that whole transformation, but again talking about discernment, which is what also comes with the clarity of the Ace of Swords. Then Remiel, the Angel of Visions. Yeah, you're going to get shown. You have been shown some things, but not everything that you've been shown so far has been valid or remains valid. I'm not going to say that you were lied to, but the old rules are holding you back. You need new wisdoms, not old wisdoms. So this Angel of Visions, way things are being confusing with these 2 hanged men here, right in the present and right in your hopes and fears, these are a good thing. So, if, for example, Spirit is suddenly talking really, really, really loudly to you, and you are seeing the spooks and hearing the voices and what have you, test it. Use your discernment. Make sure that it is something external, as much as anything is external, and not just your own mental health, because they're quite close to one another in your mind. Do you know what I mean? So you know, test everything, and if there's something that you go, oh no, that way lies danger, then don't go down it. But otherwise, embrace this change. But there's more than just Spirit talking to you here. There is the weird events that are happening in the world, and certain things that happen, they're going to look as if they're bad to start off with, and they're actually going to be quite beneficial to you, because they're bringing this transformation into, of course, there's the other 7 of Cups. They are bringing this transformation into being. And then finally, Schlegiel, the Angel of Snow, who dances across a barren, frozen wilderness and brings joy. You know, so remember, if you are fighting unfairness, you're not fighting, well, you are, but you're not fighting to beat the unfairness, to conquer the unfairness. You are fighting to replace the unfairness with joy. And that is that there's so much with other people looking to you for leadership, for that new beginning, and other people around you having that new beginning and maybe trying to pull you along. You can go with them, or you can go on your own path. It doesn't matter. Either way, there will be positive outcomes and transformations here. But you have the strength to push forward and abandon the old rules. That's the other thing I could call it, abandon the old rules. So the final thing is the Goetic spirits that could assist you. 2 wanted to come out. We have 3 of Pentacles again. So you can also see on a more esoteric hocus pocus aspect, The angels and the demons are in agreement. This is the way forward. But this is with Erebus. Answers questions about the past, present and future. Gives dignities. Grants the favour of friends and foes, and is a faithful servant. Although the Goetic spirits are called demons, that's mainly because that's how they've been labelled over the centuries. Some of them are nasty. Some of them aren't. It's like people. You know, they're not angels. They have free will, which is probably why they got called demons in the first place. The angels just do what God says. The other one is Bua, who is coming in with the Ace of Cups. So there is new dreams being presented here. Teaches philosophy and the use of herbs, heals all diseases and disorders, and brings good familiars. So, whether that means anything to you or not, I like the fact that it's the Ace of Cups that's coming in there. So, teaches philosophy, indicates you can work out a new dream from exploring philosophy, which you have to explore philosophy to get rid of the old rules and replace them with something that is rather a new wisdom, a transformative wisdom, rather than something that's just been done for hundreds and hundreds of years because it has been done. So if this means anything to you, Libra, please do comment down below. Press the like and the subscribe buttons while you're there. Both really help the channel. I've got a few days off from work now for filming, so hopefully there'll be plenty new material coming out. We'll just see how quick I can churn it out. So there's the link for the Facebook group down there as well. You can get notifications as well as from the YouTube bell from my Facebook page, where I also post all the astrology videos that I'm watching, which is where I'm getting my information from, because bear in mind, I am not an astrologer. Okay, good luck with this, Libra. Have a great time. You have got a mission. You have certainly got a mission, and it's not going to come clear what that mission is for a while, because part of that mission is you deciding what your mission is. But you've got a mission. Maybe that's what I'll call the reading. Cheers.